Hello and welcome to week 5 of Project 52, where we are on a mission to produce one new track every single week of 2025. This week is going to be a little bit different because actually it's Tuesday, so tomorrow I'm already about to release this video. And this is because last week I was sick almost the whole week, so I just didn't manage to film anything, which is why this week's video is probably going to be a lot shorter than previous weeks, but let's see how it goes. So although I didn't manage to film anything last week, I did manage to start this week's track and it's here. It's going to be a lot simpler than the previous tracks that we've made because of the lack of time that I've had, but I'm pretty pleased with the idea so far. So let me just show you what I've done here. So this is literally everything that I've done in the past week. So not much, but it's a pretty cool idea, I guess. So the main thing here is these chords. And actually last week I bought Pigments, and as you probably know if you've seen the previous videos, I'm a really big fan of Arturia, so I figured why not get the flagship synthesizer and try to learn it a little bit. It seems pretty cool and there's a lot of cool presets. So yeah, anyway, I thought I'd just mention I found this preset from Pigments. It sounds like this, kind of like a bell type sound. Oh, I mean the preset name is The Bells. So and then I made these really simple chords. And then it repeats that one more time, and then in the last section it goes like this. Also in the intro I have this simple bass sound made in Faceplant, and that sounds like this. And we have this macro here which just opens up the bass in this section here, and when the macro has opened up, the bass sounds like this. In the intro it just sounds like this. Then also I have these effects, just some ambient, some field recordings in the background making some noise. I don't know why field recordings and stuff like this even works, but for some reason if you just add something like this in the background, it makes every track better. Then we have the drums, just really simple acoustic sounding drums, kind of lo-fi. The last thing before the main melody is this one really simple and quite boring, to be frank, pad thing. Kind of just a drone in the background. But then we have the melody, which is the main thing, I think. The main sound is a Pigment preset again. I think this was a really cool sound. Also I did some crazy EQing, it seems, but but the sound on its own sounds like this. It's called Vintage Lead. I think that's super cool. And then we have this high frequency layer being filtered on top of the main sound, just bringing some wide high frequencies in the mix. I think that's enough of me explaining. Let me just play you the track the way that it is at the moment, and then maybe let's first try to finish the full arrangement, and then let's see what's the situation and how long have I been recording after that. for this section, I think we are going to introduce a new melody or a new sound with the same melody. So that's pretty much the place that I've gotten so far. Okay, let me see. In the first part, we are doing... Perhaps we could just use the same melody, but it feels kind of redundant. Maybe we could use the first part of these and then introduce a new sound for kind of the response part here. I love that there's nature noise together with the guitar sound in this preset. That could work. Oh, this is actually the first sound. I already started thinking, hey, this sounds kind of nice, kind of similar to the first one, but it's actually the same one, so let's not pick that one. Oh man, that's cool. Let's go with that one and actually try to move forward in the arrangement. What could be next? I was thinking maybe the drums could get something new, something very soft. Just bringing some tiny bit of more-ness. Now that I hear the new sound without concentrating on it, it kind of sounds weird. Could the old sound be in the layer also? Okay, let's do it like this. The melody is going to stay the same, and also the sound is going to stay the same, but only for these responses, so every second thing, we add something new in the sound. So given that, and also that we have the main sound in the center, I think we are going to have to find something different for this third sound. That's pretty nice. Let's make it a little bit quieter. Yeah, I think that's enough of a difference to make it a new verse rather than the same one. I'm thinking we could try to do some new chords in this sort of bridge part. Is it even a bridge? What's the weird section that we have in a song before the last chorus, you know, where everything is kind of different and we build up for the grand finale? I'm thinking this could be that part, and then have maybe not the grand finale, but then just some sort of fade out outro. And the right doesn't work. What could we do? Probably some perks. Dun, dun, dun. And then let's tune them. Make them a little bit off-grid, because the whole track is off-grid anyway, so make them fit everything else. Yeah, that's actually much better. Alright. And then something to the right as well, so we kind of keep the balance. I used to not pan anything, like many years ago, because I was so fixated on keeping the whole stereo image perfectly balanced. Like I couldn't have anything more in the left than I didn't have in the right, which now that I think about it probably messed up all of my mixes. And I think I still don't do panning enough in my tracks, probably because of the same thing. So I'm trying to pan a lot more. For example, I never like pan my instruments, like even though I probably should. If you listen to like old Beatles records or some of these guys from the 60s or something, of course it's a different thing, because back then I think they didn't even have panning for somewhere in between. It was just center, left or right. But if you listen to those records and actually concentrate on on the few instruments that there are. Sometimes even like the bass is in the left or in the right or something super weird like that. And it doesn't really matter. Like the track is still great. So I'm trying to not stay in my old ways too much and just experiment with panning a lot more, because it's a great way to add space in the mix, and also it's kind of a cool effect that I don't do nearly enough. So yeah, anyway. There's a lot of low end. Let's get rid of that. Let's make them a group and add this flatter further combo in the whole group. Oh, and why not? And that we don't need, I think. And then for that last part where we don't have anything, I think we are going to add a tambourine. And also we need to make these a lot quieter. I don't know if it even works. I think we need to change this first sound. The EQ is way too much, and if I have to do that much of EQing, I don't think the sound is right. Says the guy who does this to the main sound in the whole track. That could work, maybe? I don't even know if that's something we want in there. I mean, I guess it doesn't harm the track. Maybe let's add another shaker just for the second part to add even more high end. I don't care if that doesn't work. The shaker works, but the perks are kind of ridiculous, I think. Let's just try to finish the track and then touch them later on if we even care anymore. Okay, the new section here. And what should we do? Okay, this is going to be hard for me because I'm not really a music theory genius. I just try out different things and and something will work eventually or not. And that's a good start, I think. The idea of what I want the chords to sound like, but I just can't pull it out of me to actually be able to play it. You know what? Now I know why the perks don't work. They are too robotic. Let me show you. Now I'm doing something else again, even though I was meaning to do the next section. So let's keep the first part as it is, just so we have a comparison, and then the second part will just drag slightly off the grid. Okay, so listen to the difference. I'll make them a little bit louder just so you hear it. So the first part is without any humanizing, and then the second part is where I drag them slightly off grid, so they sound more human. And also we could even try to make the volumes not the same. Okay, now listen to the difference. This is a little bit too late, but anyway, I think it sounds much better now. All right, now back to the thing that we were meaning to do. That's a beautiful chord. I don't know what that's called, but maybe something like that. I don't know. Okay, I actually want to follow those notes that I played in the bass, and then let's try to figure out the chords to those, because I think that sounds a little bit better than what we did with the chords. Okay, so let's try to record it. Maybe go to G or something. Maybe that works. Let's try it. Okay, so back to G, but it's the last note here. We don't want it to be C, F sharp, but rather a G, maybe. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, now I have the idea. So let's record it fast before I forget about it. Okay, so then just some sort of outro, I guess. Maybe just the drums and the bass with the original chords. Actually, should we do a fade out? Like just fade the volume, like in all those 70s tracks. I mean, it does work. I don't really know what else to add in here. It's really simple. I would have liked to spend much more time on this, but for the reasons that I mentioned in the intro, I really couldn't. So it's what it is. I guess these weeks are going to come along the year where I don't have as much time to work on the track, but it's still important to make something, you know? You don't always have to make the most complex track of your life. Just something to get the practice in, and you know, getting those hours of just spending time in the DAW, which is just the only way to get better. One thing I would probably maybe add is a little bit more effects and transitions and those kinds of things, but I don't think it really needs them that much. So I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time adding those. But after that, I'll mix the track and then just master it, bring up the high ends a little bit, because they are quite low, and even though they are supposed to be pretty low, but they are a bit too low at the moment. So I'll probably bring those up a little bit. And then I'll record the whole thing for you, and that's week 5 done. So pretty exciting. I hope you had fun with your track. If you have decided to take on this challenge. If not, I'm glad that you are still following the journey. If you would like to join the challenge, however, there is a link in the description to the Sixth Sample Discord server where I've set up a Project 52 text channel, and there each week we share the tracks that we've made and also listen to other people's tracks and just have a good time. So if you want to join the community, you can do so by just clicking the little Discord icon link in the description. I think it should be visible without you having to press the show more button. Also, if you want to see the future videos coming later this year and the next one in a week, press the subscribe button below. And also I'd love to know your thoughts on this week's track. Did you like it? Did you not? Did I spend too little time on it? All those kinds of things, you know. But other than that, here's the track. Week 5, and hopefully I will see you next week for week 6 of Project 52. See you then. Bye.